Hi everyone, welcome to WW Designs. My name is Nikki and today we are going to make a double belly band. I have to make one of these for my swap partner. If you're new around here, you may not know I am part of an Australian crafting group and we do a junk journal swap. We each make our own journal and then each month we have to make ephemera for our swap partner. And you end up with a journal full of beautiful ephemera made by people all around the country. So the first thing I have to make for my swap partner this month is, of course, the double belly band. The inspiration for this came from an older video from Angela Kerr, and she made a very pretty, lacy, flowery double belly band. But my swap partner this time, her requests for style was steampunk or vintage. I have a feeling maybe she's not into all the pretty flowery floral things. So I thought I would do an stationery inspired double belly band for my swap partner this month. And I'm starting with this Stamperia calligraphy papers. I've got a few other bits that I'm throwing in as well. Obviously, you can make one to any style to suit any type of journal. If you like florally and flower and lacy things, by all means, go for it. But in this case, I thought we might go with something a little bit more vintagey, grungy, but not too pretty. So the first thing I am starting with is the base of my belly band. This is 21 centimetres by 8 centimetres. We all made an A5 journal to keep things easy. If everyone had made a different size journal, it would make it so hard to know what size to make for your partner. So we start A5ing. Makes it very simple. All our copy paper, you fold it in half, you have A5, and it gives you a really good way to keep things congruent. So 21 centimetres by 8 is where I'm starting. Now, in Angela's video, she actually sewed in or glued in some lace down each side. But I don't think lace and this vibe that I'm going for is a good match. So I'm going to do something a little bit different. So this is the base of my belly band. I have this little bit of scrap that I am going to attach to here. It doesn't really matter how wide you make this, but I just thought instead of lace, let's just go with all the same patterns and colors and work on it like that. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab my glue, and I'm going to glue on this side with the aim of, once it's glued down, it makes this edge as smooth as possible, because we may, of course, be feeding things into the belly band, as in, oh my God. You will notice maybe I have a terrible head cold at the moment, so my words may struggle to come out and I sound a bit terrible. What I meant was the ephemera that we are going to add into this. You want it to be able to slide easily. So it's better if we attach from this side and end up with the smooth surface for easy sliding. So we're going to flip that around, make sure we get it the right way down. And then we're just going to glue this down. Very, very simple. But I've tried to go quite close to the edge. So, of course, mine's now probably almost 10 centimetres wide, but that's fine. A5 page is considerably bigger, so this will work beautifully. Then I think we need to ink the edges. We're definitely going with the vintage vibe. I'm going to use ground espresso. It's nice and dark. And just while that glue's drying a little bit, we're just going to ink up around the edges. I hope you are all well. It is you can tell I am not well. All right, so let's pop that aside. So the next thing, now, of course, this will be the base of our belly band. All she has to do is add some glue here and here and pop this down on her journal page. But we are, of course, making a double belly band. So we need another piece. And sticking with our calligraphy theme, I have cut this 21 centimetres by 6 centimetres. And I just loved that image of the ink bottle there, so I cut it to fit nicely in. And we're going to do the same. Oh, no, we're not. Hang on. No, I made a plan for this. Wait a minute. There's one thing I want to do before I ink the edges. I'll explain why I'm doing this shortly, but I want to stick this piece down about here. You'll see why in a minute, but let's just get this bit down. So I need some glue, and I need a little junk mail so we can, whoops a daisy. Oh, my glue's being a bit globuly today. Okay. Right. Now I want it up about here. So I just want this bit down before I ink. There we go. And the other thing I thought I might do before I ink, might just grab my scissors, because I don't have one of those rough it up tools, and I thought I might just rough up these edges a little bit. I think I need to get one of those little edge tools. I think they would be a good investment, but the trouble is I don't have shops close by me here where I can just buy one of those things, so I sort of have to try and remember to think about things like that if I place an online order with a shop that sells like Tim Holtz products. But just rough this up just a bit, and then we're going to, yes, you can barely see it, but that's okay, the idea is there. So we'll ink this up. Okay, lid on. I'm always worried they're going to dry out, even though they never seem to. So now we need to attach this second belly band to our base belly band. So all we do is apply a thin little bit of glue on each end. Perfect. And then I'm going to place it a little bit over to that side. No, actually, I might do it the other way. There we go. Nope, don't slide it. Okay. Now, the reason why I've put this piece of paper down here, the next thing we need to add to this is a little pocket. And when I placed this on top of all this print, you could hardly see it. So I thought to provide a little bit of contrast, I would just put that little bit of grid paper on there. So this is going to be out my pocket. Now, technically, the pocket's meant to be a tiny bit smaller, you know, so it fits inside. But I didn't want to lose the edge of this, so I'm going to have my little pocket stick over slightly. It's not going to cause any trouble putting something in underneath that. I just have to remember to glue just slightly in. But I also think to make this cute little pocket stand out a little bit more, we will ink this edge as well. I love this. To change the word, you will need a pen. I thought that was so cute. This Stamperia paper is absolutely delightful, and I've had it in my stash for a long time, and I've hardly used it, so I thought this would be a great opportunity to actually put it to good use. Now, I just have to make sure we do this the correct way. So I need to go close to the edge on this side. So let's do that first. And this one here, I'm going to go inland a little bit, because obviously if I put the glue right on the edge, it's going to stick down onto here, which is not acceptable. We do not want that. And there we go. Pop that down there. Oh, I like that. Oh, except why didn't I glue down the bottom? Oh, Nikki, honestly, as you can see, the brain is not working properly, but what I can do is I can quickly, if I can just see, slide a tiny bit of glue down the bottom there. There we go. Perfect. Right. That is the base of our double belly band. Now we need to add some decoration to this and some ephemera. Now, obviously, we need something for our pocket. And one of the pieces I cut out was this. The lady I'm swapping with, her name starts with S. So I thought that would make a perfect addition. But I think I want to use one of these little scraps that I cut off and make a tiny little tab. So again, we might ink our edge before we glue that down. You can barely see this because some of these papers are so dark, but that's all right. And then we're simply going to, oh, now hang on. Which one? Oh, that looks quite, oh, I might do it the other way around. Let's do that. I quite like that. So it's just a tiny little scrap that I had cut off, and we are simply going to use that to create a little pull out for our S. So just hold on to it, try and place it pretty much in the middle, but we're not going to measure. We're not that concerned about that. Voila. So there's the first thing we're adding to our double belly band. Then the next thing, I have Tracy Scott Creative put out this beautiful freebie a little while ago, and it was all vintage stationery. This I printed onto normal copy paper. So what I've done, I had some coffee dyed index cards. So to give this some strength, I glued it onto the back of that. So again, we're going to ink around this edge. Now, what we're going to do though, instead of adding something to the top, we're going to pop something on the side. So I thought what we could do is, this is the scrap left over from where I backed this. It's a pity these were the shape of a tag. I would have actually preferred it if it was square, but it's not, and that's okay. We're going to work with what we've got, and we're going to create a little tab by cutting out a piece of this. Let's see. How about we use this? No, we might do this. Now, I could go and get my die cutting machine out, and I have some dies that make the shape of tags, but I'm too lazy. So we're going to just create one out of this. So I'm just going to cut a little bit out of each corner. And then about the same again. Actually, why don't I measure it by using this tiny little bit that I have cut out on the other side. Just like when you cut out a tag, except this is very tiny and it's going to be annoying. I can see that. But that way I will get it even. So this is a really handy way of making tabs if you don't have a die cut machine. You can create tabs like this. There we go. And then you can just grab a corner punch. No, that's not going to work, is it? Oh, I thought I had such a good idea there, but that's actually not going to work. I can't get it in there. Oh, that's annoying. Maybe, what if we hole punch the edge instead? Now, see, I wanted to do that there, but of course that's not going to work. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to forget that plan altogether because I don't like that anymore. And we're just going to cut that right off there. Oh, honestly. We're going to ink around this edge. 2. Then we're going to glue this on the side here. But before we do that, what I want to do is I want to add this very cute charm. I actually sell these in my shop on clips that you can, of course, attach to the front of your journals, diaries or planners, whichever one you have. But in this case, I want to use one to add to this little tab. So I've just got my pokey tool and I'm putting a little hole in down the bottom. Relatively on the larger side because it is quite a thick little ring. And then we have to grab the little ring. These ones are very thick. They're not the easiest to deal with. So I just need to work out where the join is. And then I grab onto it like that. Gently prise it open. Hook on our cute little fountain pen nib. And then to close it up, we just put that through there. Now make sure that it's facing the correct way. And then we close it up. And I thought that was just a fun little addition. Makes a journaling card look very cool. Except these ones are hard to close, I can tell you. You have to be a bit patient with these. And especially when you have this. Grab it there. Right. And here. And then we get it closed. Voila. So now we have a cute little fountain pen nib attached to our tab. We'll just move this aside. We're going to flip this over this way. We're going to add some glue along here. Oh, maybe we're not. That's that. There we go. Get rid of that. And then we'll attach that to the side of our filing cabinet. And then, of course, this will feed in here. But we'll just put that aside for the moment, let that dry, get that nice and tough. Then we need something for underneath the base because it is a double belly band. So I grabbed another piece from that Stamperia pack. This will just hide under there. And we're going to ink around the edges of this. Edge has been inked. This cute little typewriter pocket was also in this Tracy Scott freebie. And I thought this vintage typewriter was going to be a perfect match for my theme I have going here. So this is just on normal copy paper too. Probably would have been ideal if I had printed it on something thicker, but then it will help to save from things getting too bulky. So we're just going to fold all our edges in, trying to make sure we've got rid of all the cleary. Oh, that hangs over just a tiny bit. We might just trim that off like that to make sure you don't see any of this when we glue it down. Okay. Then we're going to just apply glue. And pop that down. No point in inking that edge. It's so dark you really wouldn't see it. So we have a pocket. We need something to put in the pocket. So I have this is just a piece of mixed media cardstock that I had, and I had coffee dyed that. And I thought, this might be absolutely perfect. So we will ink all around the edge there. Okay. And I thought we might just add a little something to the background. I've got this stencil here. And I thought what we might do is just do a tiny little bit of stenciling. Just grabbing my brush. And I'm just trying to go for this scripty sort of font arrangement. Oh, yes, that's perfect. And then we might put some down in this corner too. Just a little bit. There we go. And what we have, another piece from this Tracy Scott Creative freebie, was this delightful vintage fountain pen. I thought we might attach that to this. Perfect. And we need another little tab. I'm thinking that maybe we might stick with the theme and just use this. If we cut a piece maybe so big, and I'll see if I can round the edges. Yep, it does fit. And that way we're sort of trying to bring some similar elements in, but not identical. Like, don't all have to be the same shape and size, but this way we've got a little bit of matchy-matchy going on. I do like that. So then actually we could just do it like that, or shall we fold it over? I quite like it like that. And this is nice and heavy, so I don't have to worry about it. Yes, I think we'll do it this way. Why not? Where is my glue? Aha. So we'll just put a bit of glue down the base. And we'll stick that on there. Then maybe we could even, let's have a look. What have we got on this stencil? Maybe we could stencil a tiny little bit more on there. Yeah, why don't we just, we'll pick the other font and we'll just put a tiny bit on it just for a little bit of extra interest. Just a little bit. Oh, that's perfect. Right, so now this is how this all works. Let's just put this aside. So we have the base of our belly band, which will get attached at each end. We have our cute little S up there. Then this will go in here. And that looks really cool, just a little bit of pen sticking out. That hides in under there. And then, of course, we have our filing cabinet with the little pen charm that dangles off there. And we're all done. Now, of course, you could add a couple of other bits of ephemera. I might add something else when I send this off. But basically, it's a very simple project. It's just a matter of picking a theme and rolling with it. So I hope you enjoyed this. And if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments box below. And if you're not already a subscriber, I would love it if you joined in for all sorts of paper crafting videos. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. It's very helpful for me. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed this quick little project. Just pick a theme and make one. So easy, and it's a really fun addition for your junk journals. So until next time, stay safe and stay healthy, and thank you for watching.